Fantasy football, week 15, and the top fantasy expert in the nation, Jake Ciely from The Athletic, is here. Playoff time. The Panthers say Christian McCaffrey is not coming back, so do you keep rolling with Mike Davis against the Packers?
I think you have to, not only for the fact that Mike Davis has been doing a great job replacing Christian McCaffrey. He's not quite Christian McCaffrey, but he's doing as best you could expect for him being the backup. But if you look at the Packers, they're one of the weakest teams against the run this year. So Christian McCaffrey would have probably been a top 1 or 2 play. Mike Davis is inside the top 15 for running backs because he's going to run the ball, and he's also a good pass catcher similar to McCaffrey. So he's out there. He's got to be in your lineups.
All right, this is a good year for rookie running backs. I like the Rams' Cam Akers against the Jets, and the Colts' number 1 now, Jonathan Taylor, going up against the Texans' defense.
Yeah, it took a little while this year. Unlike last season and the year before, we're seeing these rookies show up in like week 13 and 14 instead of maybe week 6, 7, or 8. So, but both the names you just mentioned have really started to come on strong. Sean McVay with Cam Akers for the Rams is starting to use him a lot as their lead running back. Same thing with Frank Wright on the Colts and Jonathan Taylor. Both of these guys are leading their backfields. Both of them are fresher than you would normally expect a rookie to be at this point of the season because they were worked in so slowly. But their talent is top 10, top 15 running back talent. They are very, very good running backs. And now that they have the backfield lead to themselves, you know, there's still going to be other options sprinkled in there. But if you look at their matchups, especially this week, they're not scary at all, especially for Jonathan Taylor against the Texans. He can find himself having a top 10 finish this week.
All right, you've got to make tough decisions come playoff time. Do you play guys like Todd Gurley against the Bucs and Zeke Elliott against the 49ers?
Todd Gurley is on your bench at this point, sadly enough. That backfield is kind of a mess right now, and he just hasn't looked good since he's come back from injury. Ezekiel Elliott, you know, at this point of the season, what did I tell you years past, Bruce? I always say, play your studs, play the guys who got you here. But the thing is, Ezekiel Elliott might not have gotten you here over the past couple weeks. He might have been on your bench for somebody else. So normally, I would say play your studs, play the guys who got you here. But Zeke doesn't fall into that conversation specifically anymore.
Well, how about your Washington defense? You've loved them all year. They've probably been killing fantasy running backs over the past month.
Last week, they were the number 1 fantasy defense, so I don't think they're going to be that again against the Seahawks, mostly because Russell Wilson's back there. When you have a threat like Russell Wilson, DK Metcalf, and Tyler Lockett, it's going to open things up for the backfield. So Chris Carson is still in play. I would actually play Chris Carson over Ezekiel Elliott, and you know how much I love our defense.
All right, I'm going to play you out with this. It's not a fantasy question. Can Washington stand up to the Seahawks?
I would say it's not out of the realm of possibilities that they can upset the Seahawks. But the difference between the two is that the Seahawks are a complete team, and Russell Wilson is playing at a terrific elite level this year. Ben Roethlisberger has been having his struggles. That backfield with the running backs have been having their struggles. Washington showed up and kind of hit him on the chin early and shocked them. I unfortunately don't think that's going to happen with the Seahawks. I give it maybe a 10% chance. So there's a slim chance that they could pull off the upset, but not like the Steelers this time.
Thanks, Jake. Follow Jake on his podcast, All in Sports, also on the great webpage of The Athletic, and every week here on The Huddle.